Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to another episode of Hard Foul Radio, the show where we value time and appreciate that you're spending some of that valued time with us. Let's just get started. So, the NBA play-in game starts tomorrow, and the one we're all looking at is the Warriors versus the Lakers. And I've seen a lot of people on TV going, if LeBron's healthy, it doesn't matter. If LeBron and AD are healthy, it doesn't matter. Like, LeBron, AD, too much, Warriors, no chance. So I know not a lot of people on a mainstream level are that into baseball as of recent. But baseball adapted, this is about 8-9 years ago now, the wild card game. Never done before in baseball. Baseball was unique because its wild card teams really didn't have the disadvantage that you would think. If you won your division, yeah, you got to start out at home. But if you were a wild card team, you still got to be in the series, and you essentially had the same perks as a team that had won their division. And baseball wanted to change that. Baseball wanted to make winning your division worth more. So they threw in a wild card game. So now the two wild card teams, they have to play a one-game play-in game before they can go play an actual series. Part of this was a result to the Giants had won multiple World Series being a wild card team, and it never really felt like, oh, if they got hot at the right time, it didn't matter if they were a wild card team or not. In that one game, anything can happen. And what it forced teams to do is you had to throw your ace out for that one game because you wanted to keep playing. But now if you have to throw your ace out for the one game plan, you don't have him for the start of your actual playoff series. So no one's probably going to discount the fact that the Lakers, if LeBron and AD are healthy, should win this game. But Steph is the ace that you can throw out for that one game play-in game. If Steph gets going, and Steph's been a one-man offense all year, so this is nothing new. If Steph gets going, and he puts in 40, 45 points, maybe even more, how do the Lakers stop him? Who is more scary in a one-game scenario than Steph Curry? Especially with LeBron being injured at the moment. And regardless of if you say he's almost healthy, he's 80% healthy, 90% healthy, LeBron is not all the way healthy. LeBron is not all there. His ankle is clearly still a problem. Because if it wasn't, we wouldn't be talking about this. If we're doing just one game, and I get to throw out Randy Johnson, it doesn't matter if I'm playing a 100-win team or a 95-win team. If I sneak into that wild card and I get to throw out Randy Johnson, or I get to throw out Pedro Martinez, or I get to throw out Kurt Schilling, I like my odds, even if you're the better team. Because in one game, the pitcher can control the entire game. In baseball this year, no one wants to see the Mets in a wild card game. Because no one wants to see Jacob deGrom with their season on the line. In a one-game plan, which LeBron has already been critical of, after approving it, saying, I think it's a stupid idea now. Why would they do it? Blah, blah, blah. One game, Steph could absolutely knock the Lakers out of the playoffs. Doesn't mean they're better than the Lakers. It doesn't mean that Steph's better than LeBron or better than AD. For one game, he's dangerous. Because for one game, he could hit 10 or 11 threes. He could go on a run. As I said earlier, this isn't an issue of if LeBron's healthy or not. Because if LeBron was healthy and AD was healthy all year, the Lakers wouldn't be in this position. Now, you could argue the same for the Golden State. If Klay was healthy, they wouldn't be here. But we have to deal with the reality of the situations. One game, Steph is the ultimate ace. Steph is Jacob deGrom. Steph is Garrett Cole. You don't want to see these guys. And the Yankees are a perfect example. The Yankees have been injured this year. The Yankees have been underperforming this year. But if the Yankees get to the wild card game, who wants to see Garrett Cole with their season on the line? The same with the Dodgers. The Dodgers have had a lot of injuries this year. Who wants to see Kershaw with their season on the line? Doesn't matter if you're the best team all year. Doesn't matter if you're the best team the last month. We got to play one game. Gonzaga was the best team in college basketball all year. Lost one game. Baylor's national champions. Now, I don't foresee the Lakers losing both games. I don't foresee them losing to the Warriors and then losing to either the Grizzlies or Spurs, so I still believe they end up in the playoffs. The only way they don't is if they play to the Warriors and Steph goes off and Steph beats them. And then in that game as well, AD gets hurt again or LeBron gets hurt again. Because they have real injuries. They have not been themselves all year, or LeBron since the injury, AD really all year. And they are playing their worst matchup for a one-game basis. If they played the Warriors in a 7-game series, wouldn't it be a conversation? 7-game series, they'd beat them 4-2, probably 4-1. But it's one game. If it was just one game, AI would have beaten the 0-1 Lakers. That's how dangerous one game is.